Hello children, Mrs.Poonam Giri here. Welcome to my new video. In my last video, I discussed about informal letters. We must remember, once again I would like to tell you that for board question paper, you will be having a question of 5 marks of letter writing. For that, you have to write either a formal letter or an informal letter. So we have to make sure that we would score good marks in the question of letter writing too. So in my last video, we discussed who do we write informal letters, then why do we write informal letters, what are the reasons, what are the purposes for which we write informal letters or family letters. Along with that, we discussed what is the format of an informal letter. We saw the image and discussed about that. Now in this video, I'm going to show you some images and tell you how to write an informal letter. Is that clear? Do listen carefully, pay attention and look at the images carefully so that you understand it well. Is that clear? Okay. In this image, we can see that the sender's address or writer's address is written at the top, left hand corner of the letter. Please make sure you follow this rule that you are writing your address at the left hand corner of the letter. Okay? For writing an address, we have to follow some rules. Read the question carefully. If the sender's name and address is mentioned in the question, then you can write the sender's name and address to the left corner of your letter. But if it is not there, then you have to write ABC or XYZ. You should never ever mention your name. It is not allowed in board question paper. Is that clear? So you have to write A, B, C or XYZ. Then you have to write the number of your house, wherever you reside. If you are staying at house, then you have to mention the number. If the number is not there, then you have to take imaginary number. You can write imaginary number. So I'm having 58A. It is number. Then I'll put comma and then I'll mention the name of the area where I reside. I reside at Sharda Nagar. So after comma, I'll write Sharda Nagar. For writing Sharda Nagar, I have to write first letter of Sharda capital, and for Nagar, I have to write N capital. Then again I have to put the comma. Then we have to write the nearby sign if any. So I would write near Janta Raja Chowk. Every word's first letter is capital. We have to write in capital letter. First letter of every word. For example, near N capital, Janta J capital, Raja R capital, Chowk C capital. Then again I have to put comma. Then we have to mention the name of our town or city. We stay in Nandurbar. So here I have written Nandurbar. N again capital. Now the actual address is over. So instead of comma, now we have to put full stop here after Nandurbar. Then we have to mention the pin code number if any. So here is the pin code number of Nandurbar 425412. Is that clear? Okay. Now just below that we have to mention the date. There are various methods of writing date, but I find this method proper. So I have written 26 September. September you can write in short also. Then 2020. Is that clear? Okay. After writing the address and the date, we have to leave just line or two. And then we have to write the salutation of our letter. Since informal letters are addressed to our friends and family, we can use dear as salutation along with the name of the person, or use the name that we refer them. For example, dear mummy, if we are writing to our mother. Is that clear? Okay. After writing the salutation, don't forget to put comma. Then comes the body of the letter. In the first paragraph is of introduction paragraph, in which we have to mention the purpose of writing the letter. Why we are writing the letter, we have to mention itself in the first paragraph. Is that clear? So in the beginning we can ask them, how are you? Hope you are fine. Hope everything is going on well. Or whatever you want to write, you can write beginning, and then you have to mention why you are writing that letter. What is the purpose? In the first paragraph of the body of the letter. Is that clear? Okay. A letter usually consists of 3 paragraphs. Body of the letter. Introduction, body, and conclusion. In the introduction of your letter, you should state your reason for writing. In the body, expand what you mentioned in the first paragraph. For example, you have written the reason that I am writing this letter because I am not feeling well. Then in the second paragraph, you have to write regarding that. You have to expand that. That says 8 days. I am feeling very sick. There is an acute headache. I have fever. Okay, like that you have to expand it. In the conclusion, you can make some final remarks. For example, you can write, don't worry, uh, I went to the doctor. The doctor has given me medicines and I am taking it regularly and feeling bit better than before. Okay, so you have to write that, and you can also say that regards to father, regards to papa or dad, love to your little sister or brother. Okay, so in this way you have to write the last paragraph of body of the letter. Understood? Okay. Then comes the complimentary clause. In an informal letter, you have the freedom to choose the letter the way you want, depending on the extent of your relationship with the receiver. Normally, you can choose such as best wishes, kind regards, best regards, lots of love, love. Okay, so you can end that letter conclusion with all these words and phrases. Then finally, subscription including the writer's name. In that, you have to write yours lovingly, yours affectionately, as such. Don't forget to add the comma after the complimentary clause. Is that clear? Don't forget to put the comma. And then after yours lovingly, put comma and then you have to write the name. If we have written ABC in the address, then write down ABC. If it is XYZ, then write down XYZ. If you have written the name, someone's name there, then you have to write the same name there. Okay, as your signature. Is that clear? Okay. Now let's talk about the language of an informal letter. The tone of a letter reflects the attitude of the writer to the addressee and the relationship between them. An informal letter is written to your friends and family. So, these sort of letters contain informal language, almost like a spoken language, as if you are talking to your parents, as if you are talking to your friend, like you are talking to them. You have to write in that manner. Then in this letter, the informal letter, it has a personal touch to one's thoughts and ideas. An informal letter format is used when you write a chatty and newsy letter to your friend or relative. How you converse with them, in the same way you have to write that. The tone of an informal letter is friendly and full of feelings. It is friendly and full of feelings. Don't forget that. Never use formal language. Therefore, these letters are also called as social letters or family letters. Okay. While ending your letter, an informal letter should end on an affectionate note, such as yours lovingly, yours truly, yours affectionately, truly yours, etc. Is that clear? Okay. Now I think I have explained a lot to you and you would have understood all these things. Okay? Okay, then goodbye.